Hello, my darling subscribers, my very wonderful cybernauts. You are welcome to today's episode on Sustainary Energia channel. I welcome you, my darling new subscribers, and I'm so thankful to those of you who have been loyal to this channel. Either your questions or your contributions, be it through mail, through comments, through WhatsApp, they have all moved me to keep doing what I am doing. Now, I know that local content is a very delicate topic within the natural resources world. Why is this so? That's why I'm here today. Local content actually has to do with the local participation in exploration or exploitation processes. That said, we will understand why it is a sensitive topic because it has to do with dishing out secrets. You have experts who have to come into your country if you are of a country that owns resources, and then you have to give out some particular procedures or processes to experts, multinationals, so that they can come and carry out exploitation and exploration and exploitation activities. What you will face is the desire for them to consider the indigenous population. Why is this? This is because you always have to bless the nation in which you are carrying that natural resource. You have to, in a way, cause them to be of positive influence to you throughout the pendency of your operations. This said, we are not looking just at the community. The interest of any nation will equally be looking at what the nation can make from that company. Now, where does local content come in? Local content actually in all our codes hasn't been defined. We have some sort of definition coming in from some text concerning natural resources in Nigeria. However, in Cameroon, we do not have any clear-cut definition of what local content seems to be. In Cameroon, we actually have the 2019 Petroleum Code, which made an attempt to define what could actually be considered to be local content. And this is specifically in section 2 sub 11. Now, between sections 86 to 90, as you go through the 2019 Petroleum Code, you would find talks on local content. Basically, if I want to use the legal parlance, what local content actually means is indigenous participation, be it in exploration or exploitation activities. That is what local content is. So, that said, we want to know how these multinational companies intend to blend the indigenes of the countries where they are carrying out these activities. Remember, we are made to understand that these activities are not short-term activities. Exploration and exploitation activities stretch from 25 years and beyond, and even could be renewed. When we say renewed, we mean like 25 years could be renewed and then they'll get 40 years altogether. It doesn't mean 25 plus 25 making 50. No. Their renewability has lesser years. Despite that, we notice that it's still a lot of years that will be putting exploring and exploiting natural resources in a country that knows nothing on the resources they possess. This is why we insist using our text. I am just your legal mind, and I am going to make you aware of what the text wants. Now, you have to, as a natural resource company, avert your mind to what local content is, so that you should pay attention to it when you are drafting your contracts. In the course of coming into agreements with these host countries, there must be a clause that talks on local content. This clause on local content must specifically state how the company should carry out training of these indigenes so that they become experts in in handling all of the machinery as much as they can be taught, and also in carrying out the processes themselves. This company is not going to in effect lose anything because it takes them 25 renewable 40 and plus years to carry out their activities. However, what becomes the fate of that nation when they are gone? What happens if something comes up and they are out of the country, yet machines need to be repaired, yet the technology has to be given down to the next generation? Remember, a generation is 30 years. So these people are, as a matter of principle, bound to dish out some technological know-how to the indigenes of the community where they are carrying out the exploration. That is what they owe that community, and that is local content. Now, in effect, we know that there has been an attempt in Cameroon on this particular topic. There has been an attempt by just one major company, which was Euro Oil Company Limited. It actually was an indigenous company that attempted something that had to do with exploration and exploitation of petroleum resources. Amongst the natural resources, Euro Oil had its interest on two specific blocks, which was the 18, the offshore block, and the Bomono onshore block. Now, we unfortunately faced a certain kind of defeat on the company's part because they were defeated by those aspects which local content seems to redress in these days. And what are those aspects? There was a lack of technological know-how. Now, no one knew how to manage the machinery, and people were not trained to know it. That's for one. There was a lack of indigenous expertise. People were not trained to know how to carry out oil and gas activities as they should be. That means that the personnel were mostly not trained. So this had to weaken the dream of this beautiful indigenous company. We also had poor understanding of the exploitation and exploration world. Now, this all gathers or turns round and round to bring us back to the topic of indigenous participation in a company's stay alive or continuity from where it started. Because if the indigenes are trained, the advantage is that they can carry out their operations effectively, thereby helping the company to stay alive. So till date, we have just that Euro Oil Company Limited in Cameroon that happened to be an indigenous company. So these are the two main reasons why we still look at participation of indigenes as a very salient point that should be addressed by every company, whether it finds itself in petroleum, as was Euro Oil Company Limited, or it finds itself in mining. The main interest is that the indigenes of the country where the multinational is exploiting should train them. There are workshops through which they can get the training, through workshops and granting of certifications here and there. That is how these people get to deepen their knowledge on what they are carrying out in that environment. So no more sending indigenes out on some technical public holiday when it is time to fix up the machinery. It's of no use. No use sending out the indigenes saying that, oh, we need a 3 days break because we need the experts to come and put the machines in order before we kickstart the work again. Why not have them there to observe what the expert does? This is what we should avert our minds to if we want this local content to help us tomorrow, as the countries which own those very, 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 very good resources which are sought after, and also as the multinational company that owes some degree of fair treatment, good degree of fair treatment to these countries. Hoping to see you in my next episode. I remain yours, Barrister Egbe. Peace.